welcome to Geeky Girls Knit. I'm Cece, also known as Java Pearl.
I'm Damaris, also known as Damaris Dash a Bit Weird.
And we're glad to have you. Today is Wednesday, April 3rd, and this is episode 32. No. Wait. There. Wait, is that back? Hold up 2 fingers. 32. That might be backwards. I don't know. We'd like to say welcome back to all of our returning viewers and a big hello to all of our new viewers. We've had several new members in the Ravelry group this week. So we are very glad to have you. And speaking of that, let me look at the little show notes over here. Because we did have some members who introduced themselves in the Ravelry group, and so we want to give a shout out to them. First up is Lori Yu, who is Lori from Whitmore Lake, Michigan. Hello, Lori. Next up is Lovable You, who is Victoria from Manchester, UK. Hi. Next up is Leah T, who is Leah from Scottsdale, Arizona. And finally is C.L. Hampton, who is Claire from Bristol, England. So we had 2 people from the U.S. and 2 people from the U.K. How cool is that? If you haven't introduced yourself in the Ravelry group, please do so. There's a thread for that. And we will give you a shout out on the next podcast. And with that, I think we're ready to start. Yes?
Yes.
All right, here we go.
Okay, now we're going to talk about what's on our needles.
What's on your needles, Mare?
Well, it's not on my needles right now, but it's going to be soon.
Like tomorrow?
Hopefully tomorrow. Hopefully tomorrow. This is a swatch. Can you guess what it's for?
Hold it closer so they can see the designs.
Can any Sherlockians guess what it's for? If you're a Sherlockian, you know what it's for. It's for Dr. John H. Watson's cabled crewneck. Yay!
So, this is your swatch.
I need to put it in the washer.
I love these cables. They're very pretty. So, what kind of yarn is this?
Barocco Vintage. In color, I don't know the number, but it's called Oats.
It's on your project page, I think.
Yes, and this is one project page that I'm actually keeping updated.
Because you're calling it what?
I forgot what I'm calling it. I don't want to say that.
She's calling it Dr. Joan H. Watson's Jumper. Come back, come back! So, she finished this was this today or like yesterday you finished this?
Today, I finished.
Today.
I finished it a few hours earlier.
Yes. So she's going to block it after the podcast. That's what we're doing, podcasting. And see if this is the right needle size. I think it's going to be, what was this, a 6?
Mm-hmm.
US 6, which is 4.0 millimeters.
But?
We're not ready for finished yet. Oh, I thought you were going to say your finished object.
No. I was going to say if 6 is the right needle size, we're going to need longer needles.
Yeah, we'll have to get some longer needles because the cables we have are not long enough. So, that's what's on her needles. I have 2 things on my needles. 1, this has come out of hibernation.
Oh my gosh.
So this is a baby blanket I'm designing that currently does not have a name. If you have thoughts for a name, please tell me.
It's red. For some reason the camera has decided to put on a rosy tint.
It knows my favorite color is pink. That's funny.
You're seeing us through rose-colored glasses.
Oh, there it goes.
We're excited today.
Just a little bit. We're ready to get to our parts that we're excited about. We just want you to see us through rose-colored glasses. I don't know if that's
It's
disturbing.
not working.
Okay, so anyway, this is 12 colors of yarn. If you really want to know what they are, look on my project page, because I'm not going to name them all for you.
It would take ages.
It would. But I finished, let's see, which squares did I do this week? I did these 3, which is a soft pink,
We are no longer rose-colored.
and jelly bean green, and a soft white. And I think I did these 3 too, which is like a hot pink, and a denim, and a turquoise. And right now I just started these 3, which is like orange, and soft green, and
Hot rose.
hot rose. That's right, because Damaris dug the colors out for me. So,
The camera keeps changing.
I think it's because of all the colors on my blanket.
Amazing Technicolor baby blanket.
There we go. So, that's a pattern I'm designing. I will finish it this month because it's part of our UFO knit-along, which we'll talk about more.
Or crochet along, or whatever you
Yeah,
want.
we'll talk about that more at the end of the podcast.
I will aspire to finish my sweater this month, but I probably won't.
The other thing I'm working on, I pulled up the picture so y'all can see what they look like, is socks. My socks for April. Oops. My Kindle doesn't want to cooperate here. These are here. These are called There and Back Again socks. They're by Dawn Hansen. Oh, you're getting our window glare.
I'm going to turn the brightness up.
Oh, yeah, maybe that would help. Hold on.
Ta-da! I am a genius.
If I do it that way. There, you can kind of see that.
It's amazing.
So these are done in 2 colors of yarn, obviously. And so I am doing them in, are we ready again?
This is what we're gonna do the entire episode. We're just gonna hold this notepad up to the camera. We're gonna.
Now it doesn't want to fix it.
We're gonna give you
This,
a camera full of.
this is, oh, there it goes. This is Knit Picks Comfy Fingering Weight in Peony. And the bison is still in the bag because I haven't used it yet. And bison. And I'm doing these, I'm not using the needle size she said. I'm using US 1.5, which is 2.5 millimeters. So here's the toes. And I've started in on the actual foot part a little bit. But I'm not to the brown yet. This is going to be my traveling knitting in my Psychedelic Frogs bag that I love. That's what's on my needles.
I'm gonna say something, but I'm not.
Well, how are you going to say something?
I want to say something, but I'm not.
What do you want to say?
Your frogs are high.
Yes, my frogs are high. They're high on the head. They're psychedelic frogs because they have mushrooms. This is my Girl Cave bag. And I love it no matter that the Hubs and Damaris make fun of it.
We're not making fun of it. We're just stating that they look like they're high.
They are wonderful.
They're
I love
psychedelic, and there's mushrooms.
I love them. I love them.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
This isn't yummies.
No, I already talked to... Oops, it's like falling over. The frogs are trying to get away from you because you're calling them high. So I think we're ready to move on to our next segment. Here we go. And now we're ready to talk about finished objects.
Projects.
Projects. Objects, project. What did you finish, Damaris?
Yeah!
Oh, okay, I'm kind of scared. Please tell us about this thing that you just wrapped around your neck.
I was being awesome.
Okay.
I was putting on the Sherlock scarf. The Sherlock scarf! This is what this is. I finished it, finally.
Yay!
And it's not mine.
No, it's a gift. So it's Cascade 220 in the navy colorway.
Midnight blue.
Oh, midnight blue colorway. I lied.
On size 7.
On size
4.5
7s.
millimeters.
And so are you going to write up some notes about it so people can do it?
Yeah, I'm not gonna like do a PDF. I'm just gonna write up a few notes.
Okay.
And share it on the 221B group.
There's
I put
tassels.
I put tassels on it.
I know they
Yes.
can't see them because your shirt is so dark.
There's an uneven number of tassels on them, but on one side there's only one more tassel than the other side, so it's not bad. When I had like on the last scarf, when I had like 5 more tassels on one side than the other.
Yikes.
I wasn't using a measuring tape. Well, I wasn't using a measuring tape.
So
here.
she felted it, but not super a lot.
Yeah. I just put it in the washer.
Yeah.
In hot water on low. What do you call that thing?
Agitating? Spin?
A low spin speed. And just let it go. And I did it for like 50 minutes, and this is how it turned out.
I think it looks good.
Yes. And of course, it can be stretched when you block it to be longer.
Yep.
Or you can just knit it longer, whatever you want to do.
I think you knitted a good length, though.
Yes, and it took me forever. I'm never doing it again. I say. That's a lie. It's probably a lie.
Because you told me you liked the picture of the new Sherlock scarf.
Yes, it's silk. It's silk. Or it may just be the quick spoiler bonfire reflecting off of it somehow, but it looks like it's silk.
Okay, honey, it's all right.
It's silk.
Are you okay?
No,
Okay.
it's silk.
Can I talk about my socks now?
Yeah.
Okay. I finished socks this week.
She did.
So these are my Level Up socks.
They're amazing. Wow, I love that yarn.
I do too.
Not the brand, just that yarn.
So this pattern is by Heather Keane of the Fibrista Files, also known as Boutros Babe, and I can't remember what her store is. Highland Handmaids? Something like that. But her pattern's written for cuff down, and I did them toe up. But I really love how they turned out. This is Knit Picks Stroll Tonal in the Summer Blooms tonal colorway. And I did it on US 1.5's 2.5 millimeters. And just because I love y'all so much, I have not worn them yet. They went on to the sock blockers. But then after the podcast,
She will wear them.
I will wear them. I'll probably wear them this weekend while we're traveling.
But that's another segment.
Yes. And then my OMG. Are you okay?
No, that was loud.
Because I'm so excited. Because I want to say thank you, a million thank yous.
She wants to thank you.
For loving my pattern, my new sock pattern that was released. And I actually did wear them today like I told you I would. I don't know if I can get my foot up though.
Ta-da!
Ta-da. Okay. These are my Rescue Me Chin Boy and Show Me the Stars Doctor Who inspired socks. And y'all were just so amazing. At their highest point, they were number 44 in the Hot Right Now patterns. And it made me cry lots. And scream and type with lots of exclamation points.
They're there.
Because I was just so excited. Because it felt like y'all like me. You really, really like me. And it made me cry. It really did.
Okay, now she has some reminders for you.
Yes.
So run, you clever boy, and remember.
That's right.
I wanted to say that because the thing on there says don't forget.
Yes, don't forget, with lots of exclamation points. I'm sorry, I lost my words. See, this is how excited I am that I can't even think of my words.
Think of words.
Through this Saturday, I'm looking for the date.
April 6th.
April 6th. Sorry. My brain is not working today.
I just know it's April 6th.
Okay, so through Saturday, April 6th at midnight Central Time. So like all the way through Saturday to the end of the day. If you purchase this sock pattern, Rescue Me Chin Boy and Show Me the Stars, you can then send me a PM on Ravelry and I will gift it to one of your friends. And lots of people have taken advantage of that, which I'm thrilled for. Also, also through Saturday, August. August is on my brain because it's when we're moving to Scotland. Through Saturday, April 6th, also at midnight Central Time. For every 10 patterns that are purchased, I will do random number generator and one person will get a refund. So you'll be getting the pattern for free. So I'm going to announce those on next week's podcast on the 10th. So I'll announce who gets it for free and do the refunds that day. But I have been really good at staying caught up with the gifting of the patterns when somebody buys it. So take advantage of that. You can get it for yourself and gift it to someone else for free. Or I've had some people who have had already received it, had been gifted it by somebody or whatever, and so they bought it as a gift for someone else, and then I let them gift it to someone else for free. So, I love you. Thank you for your love and encouragement and support and buying my happy socks that are in Kramer yarn, sterling silk, and silver in the Victoria and Dust colorway on US 1's 2.25s. Okay.
Is that all our finished objects?
That's all our finished objects. I just want to tell them how much I love them.
Okay.
Because I do.
Okay.
Because they made me cry. Lots.
Okay.
And there were some so funny PMs that got sent to me about the socks. Like the one, you're making my hair crazy. Like the one that I got today that said that they were watching last week's podcast and Damaris kept telling people to go favorite it and buy it. And she said, I can't say no to a teenage girl telling me to do this, so she went and bought it. It made me laugh. I cracked up. There's been other fun stories as well, but I won't share them all because we want to talk about Doctor Who. So,
but that's another segment.
On to the next segment. It's time for my favorite part of the show. Well, I guess today this is not my favorite part of the show because I want to talk about Doctor Who. But that's the next segment. So we'll do my normally favorite part of the show right now, which is Yummies. Which is things that we love, things that we have good that have happened this week. Sometimes it's things to eat, like whales! They're eating a whale?
These are the best thing ever, okay? They're basically goldfish, but cheaper and in the shape of whales.
It's alright, honey. Nobody's taking the whales from you.
I love the whales!
Alright.
You're jabbing the box into my arm. These are delicious, okay? Go to Walmart and get them. Or if you don't have Walmart, I don't know what to do.
Buy a goldfish instead.
Here. They're about the same size as goldfish.
Are you giving them a goldfish?
Yes, here.
And a whale.
A whale. I ate your whale.
So, I think I told you last week. Did I talk about Call the Midwife last week?
I think you did some.
Possibly. Well, so I've been watching it, like I'm trying to watch more British TV. As if we don't watch enough British TV already. But I wanted to catch up on Call the Midwife because I thought Series 2 of Call the Midwife wasn't going to air until after we got to Scotland. But I was wrong. However, I finished watching all of Series 1 of Call the Midwife on Netflix, and I just randomly came across that Series 2 was starting on PBS on this past Sunday. So I bought the Christmas special from Amazon because Netflix didn't have it yet. And so I watched that, and then I watched the Series 2 premiere Sunday night, and it was really good. In fact, the Hubs even was really interested in it. I was watching it, and he was, like, in the room, but wasn't really totally watching. And then all of a sudden, he was like, what is this? What are you watching? And I told him, like, what it was about briefly, because he hadn't been home when I'd watched some of the other episodes. And he's like, this is really good writing. I think I really want to watch this. So, we're going to rewatch all of Series 1 to catch him and Damaris up. So that will be cool, yes?
Yes.
Because it's a good show. I started watching Midsummer Murders. There's been a lot of murders in Midsummer. 200 or more. More than 200, I guess. That's what IMDb page said in their little trivia section. It's actually pretty good. I've kind of enjoyed it. I like whodunit stories, though. So, I've been watching Midsummer Murders. So, it's on Netflix, if you want to watch it. There's like 15 seasons of it or something. It's still on the air, apparently. And lastly, for my stuff, my hair is different again.
She dyed it purple.
It's not purple.
It's burgundy,
There,
but when you look at it, it looks like it has sort of a purplish tint to it.
It doesn't have a purplish tint to it.
It has a dark purple tint to it.
It's burgundy.
It has a dark purple tint to it.
I like red hair. It's not purple.
I want to dye my hair pink just to see what it looks like.
Not today.
Tomorrow?
No. And what's our other yummy for this week?
Early morning Thursday road trip.
No, not Thursday, Friday.
Early morning Friday road trip.
Sorry, hope that didn't, like, blast you if you had headphones on. We are going to see my family, because they're going to store some of our stuff while we're in Scotland. So, we're taking stuff to them, and we're excited. We're taking lots of hats to them that I've knit. And I don't think I've talked about this on the podcast. I think I posted it in the Ravelry group, but I have a niece who is 4 and a nephew who just turned 1 in December, and he loves to, his name's Wyatt. Lola loves to video chat with me too, and she loves to, like, act out being animals and all kinds of things and wants me to guess what animal she is and stuff, but Wyatt started something the last time I video chatted with him, and then I video chatted again with him yesterday, and he started doing something. He's figured out how to blow kisses, and so I give him kisses, and I get close, and I'm like, mwah! And give him big kiss. Well, he started leaning into the computer on their side, and he kisses the computer screen to give me kisses. How cute is that? It's really funny. I'm sure they have to, like, wipe the computer monitor down afterwards because he kisses the computer monitor. So, I love Wyatt computer kisses. And I get real kisses this weekend. That's all our yummies, I think. So I think we're ready to go to the next thing. Doctor Who.
Okay, now we're going to talk about what books we're reading and what TV we're watching.
Yes. And you saw the spoiler screen because we really are going to spoil you this section, so just be aware.
Get out now.
If you haven't watched the new Doctor Who yet, we are going to be talking about that in a little bit.
Get out now.
We're not there yet, but we will be. Okay, what are we reading, Damaris?
Okay, well, at least I am. I'm reading 2 books simultaneously, but we're both reading the same 2 books.
I already finished this one.
Okay. Well, then you need to start the other one.
Yeah, I do need to start the other one.
We're reading The Return of Sherlock Holmes by Sir Arthur Conan Doyle, which is another of the short story collections.
Yes, because we're reading through them all.
And we are also reading The Angel...
that doesn't show up very good. There it goes.
The Angel's Kiss, a Melody Malone mystery. Which is a Doctor Who tie-in novel,
yes.
And I've never read any of the novels. And I guess this sort of doesn't count as one of the novels, but...
We were pink again.
It's a tie-in novel.
Yes, and it's actually pretty funny. It has a lot of...
Grammar humor!
Yes, well, and also, like, subtle references about the Doctor and stuff like that. So, I mean, it wasn't, like, award-winning fiction, but it was kind of funny. And it's short. It's like
It's 9 chapters.
Yeah, 9 chapters. So it was a real fast read. So
And the about the author section is the best.
yes. So if you like Doctor Who and want to read
Go read Melody Malone.
yeah, it was like, I think it was like $1.99 on Amazon or something. So it wasn't expensive. All right, TV time. So we're going to talk about
TV time.
we need a song about TV time.
If I knew how to play an instrument, I would compose a theme song. Thusly.
But thusly we do not. So thusly let us talk about Arrow. Arrow, episode 1.18, Salvation. So this was a little bit better than the previous 2 weeks. You know, I said then I was kind of getting meh about it, but so there's we had River again.
Alex Kingston.
I never remember her name. Alex was in this episode again.
She's the best.
I love her. And
even when her hair isn't super curly.
yes. And she and Laurel's dad are looking for Sarah. It turns out sad. Sarah doesn't seem to be alive. The person that they saw in the photograph was not her.
They made us sad.
Yeah. But they could just be kind of tricking us, and maybe she still is alive. It just was not her in this picture.
They made not us sad.
I don't know. We'll see. So the main part of this episode was this former resident of the Glade was streaming live him murdering bad people in the Glades. And he tried to kill Thea's boyfriend, who is bad. But she's trying to help him become better. But Oliver saved him. So, how sweet moment was when Oliver reconnected with Laurel and told her, I don't want to be an island anymore. He needs other people in his life. He doesn't want to be an island anymore.
I don't get it.
Because an island is all alone.
Oh.
He doesn't want to be an island anymore. He wants to have people in his life.
Okay, I didn't get it. I never get things like that. I get it like the 5th time it's said, or I see it, or read it, or something.
He doesn't want to be an island anymore. He doesn't want to be an island anymore. He doesn't want to be an island.
I get it!
Okay, and then Moira, her hands were literally bloody this time because she had someone else killed. I don't like her. She's trouble. And they figured out the image from the front of the book that is the subway that no longer exists. Well, I mean, it's like no longer used. It still exists because the guy that was streaming the murders was using it. He was killing people on the subway. So, it was an okay episode. Better than the last couple weeks, but anyway. Next up is tonight, episode 1.19, Unfinished Business. Alright, you want to talk about Psych?
Psych. Episode 7.5, 100 Clues.
Yay!
It was the 100th episode! With a flashback to 2007.
Which is when they started. Yes.
Okay, and we found the pineapple.
It was so fun.
It was the doorbell, and when you rang it, it screamed like the horror movie scream, like no!
And people kept ringing it, and so it kept screaming.
And they were just like,
yeah, it was kind of funny.
And then they did the chocolate dance.
And looked for the hidden chocolate room, but they didn't find it.
No. And there were the Clue Cards theme song with hints. And the butler did it. Thank you! I told you last week to make sure the butler did it, because the butler is always the one who did it. And the butler did it!
Because this was the episode that you got to vote about the ending. So, next episode is tonight, episode 7.6, Cirque du Soleil. Not S-O...
not Soleil.
No.
Soul.
Soul, S-O-U-L. Should we skip and talk about this so that we can spend the rest of the time talking about this?
Yes.
Okay, so we watched Revolution on Monday night, episode 1.12, Ghosts. And so, there was a lot emotionally within relationships this week, with Charlie trying to figure out her relationship with her mom when her mom had not been around, but now she's back around, and then after Danny died, she's wanting to control her, and so there was a lot with that. We found out information that we didn't know, but kind of makes sense now. The pendants can be turned on remotely and tracked.
Which explains why they kept
turning on. Like in the lighthouse when it turned on,
yes.
And there was another time it turned on.
Turned on in the first episode, I think.
So,
like, how long has it been doing this?
So
since the first episode!
Randall, the bad guy, one of the bad guys, can turn them on remotely and track them, so Rachel destroyed them in, like, this mix of acids and stuff.
But it was a flash drive.
Yeah, it was.
What's on the flash drive? Are there different things on each flash drive? Or are the same things on flash drives?
Yeah, don't know. So, Randall was trying to kidnap Rachel so that she would help him, because she's, like, uber smart, apparently, and he told her that it was more important to have her than it was to have the pendants. So either he's, like, just this really creepy psycho, or she has such immense knowledge that...
He's a stalker.
He is. And we found out, too, which kind of makes some more sense now, because I was still trying to figure this out. Randall, wants only a select number of people to have power versus the entire world having power again, and this is all connected to the fact that his son, who was a soldier, I believe a Marine, died, and so, and he was, Randall was important, like DOD, Department of Defense or whatever, and so he wants people like Monroe to have the power so that they can control everyone else, which is bad. So they all get away from him, though, and then Rachel was, at the end of the episode, Rachel started to tell Aaron about the tower, and it ended. Seriously? Come on now.
What?
But the preview showed that hopefully we're going to get to know more about the tower next week, which is good, because I have lots of questions about the tower. Like,
what is it?
What is it? How come Randall only has access to parts of it? Is Rachel more involved in the tower? Did Rachel help build the tower? All this stuff. Is the tower really a tower, or is it like a computer tower?
Is it a well-known building that has been turned into something else?
So, next episode is Monday, episode 1.13. The song remains the same.
Okay. Give me the computer.
And now, hold on, I'm trying to get to the top. And now, yay! We're going to talk about
Doctor
Who!
Okay, episode 7.7, or 7.6 if you don't count the Christmas special.
Or Series 7, Part 2, Episode 1. Depending on where you're looking, these are all the same episode.
The Bells of St. John.
Bum ba bum!
Okay, so start out. The Bells of St. John are...
The TARDIS
phone! He's still shocked when it rings.
I know, that was
The last
so funny.
time we saw the TARDIS phone ring was in the Series 1 episode, the New Who. Series 1 episode, The Empty Child with Nine.
Was that really Series 1?
Yes.
Oh my gosh. I thought it was like Series 4 or something.
No, with Nine, that's Series 1.
I didn't remember that it was 9.
Yes, and when he looks at it, he's just like, it's ringing. How can it be ringing?
Who has the number?
Who does have the number? Who knows the number to a machine that can fly through all of time and space?
Well, evidently somebody does.
Okay. And that brings us to our next point. Who gave Clara the number to the TARDIS? She hold on, let me say. She said that the person, that the woman in the shop gave it to her. She said it was the best helpline in the universe, or
In the world or whatever.
Something.
I think it was River.
Okay, some people are thinking some people are thinking it's River. Some people are thinking it's Sally Sparrow from the season 3 episode Blink, who worked in a DVD shop, but they might have expanded to electronics. Some people are thinking it's Rose because in Doomsday she said, "I'm back working at the shop now."
I think it's River because River realizes how important it is for the Doctor to have someone with him because he's lonely. And so I think that River gave it to Clara so that she could connect again with the Doctor. Just my opinion.
Okay, the password to the house that Clara was at was RYCBAR123, and she used I think it's called a mnemonic device. I'm not sure if that's what it's called, to remember the letters. She said, "Run, you clever boy, and remember." And she typed 124 instead of 123.
But it was 123, and if you think about it, the first time we saw Clara was in Asylum of the Daleks. Number 2, we saw Clara in the Christmas episode, and this is the third time we've seen Clara.
Okay. And we're not sure if this is important. I posted this on the Doctor Who board on Ravelry. Her necklace, my mom said it looks like the wings you get on an airplane. I said it kind of looks like an angel, and it has a blue triangular stone/jewel in the center.
Yeah. You know, like when you're a kid and you fly on an airplane, they give you that, like, set of wings. That's kind of what it looked like.
Well, wings would kind of make sense, and I don't know if they do that on UK planes, but
or
it would
if
make
it's
sense
an American thing.
because she's wanting to travel to all these places.
Oh, that's true. And maybe the blue is symbolic of the TARDIS because the TARDIS is going to help her travel.
We figured it out, guys. This is breaking news.
That was brand new. We hadn't thought of that.
It's breaking news. I'm going to go post this on the Doctor Who board later. Okay. Her middle name is not Oswin here. The Doctor said Clara Oswin Oswald, and she said just Clara Oswald. So.
But we'll talk more about the middle name at the end here.
Okay. And then the kid, one of the kids that...
The boy. That she
Artie, he has a book, and it's called Summer Falls by Amelia Williams.
And it's going to be a real book. It's coming out tomorrow, Thursday.
Yeah, and I think it's probably going to be about as long as The Angel's Kiss.
Yeah, I imagine so, that it'll be another short tie-in type thing.
And when asked what chapter he was on, he said 10, and Clara said 11 is the best, you'll cry your eyes out.
Because this is the 11th regeneration of the Doctor.
And we do cry our eyes out a lot. And someone on Tumblr pointed out that the 3 kids on the book kind of looked like Irene, Sherlock, and John.
I saw that somewhere else, too.
And on the cover of the book, it has the 3 words, which were clues that Moffat gave for Series 2 of Sherlock. Woman, hound, and fall. Because there was a dog. Where it's like, you need to stop self-referencing, Moffat. This is what Tumblr's for, helping you find out things.
Okay, what's next?
And Clara's still in red. I loved her dress in this episode.
It was a really pretty dress.
I want it.
I liked it.
I want it. Okay. And the Great Intelligence, it's still Richard E. Grant.
Yes.
Walter Simeon. And also, it spoke to Miss Kislet at a young age, like with Simeon.
Yeah. So I wonder... Well, no, it would be different. I was going to say I wonder if it was like communicating with 2 people simultaneously, but that was back in the 1800s, and now we're in the 2000s.
Yes.
Or 1900s, maybe. I don't remember. When was the Christmas episode? Was
1800s.
Late 1800s. So it wouldn't have been simultaneous.
Yes. And Fez!
You should have brought your fez.
I'm sorry.
Damaris knitted a fez.
I did. I want to read it, though, because I want to read it.
The show notes turned off, sorry.
And when, in the episode, I almost started crying, he kisses her head like he did with Amy. He kisses the top of her head like he did with Amy.
We miss Amy.
We miss the pawns. We miss everybody.
Well, see, and we just rewatched Series 7, Part 1, so we just saw all the pawns again. So, like, we finished Angel's Take Manhattan on Friday night before this episode released on Saturday night. So this was, like, all too close for us again.
Yes, we miss Rose, we miss Martha, we miss Mickey and Donna and Wilfred and the pawns. We miss Brian.
We miss them all.
Missed them all.
Okay.
Okay, and then Clara's book, 101 Places to See. She's had it since she was 9.
I think there's significance to the fact that age 16 and age 23 were not in the list. At the front of the book where it like said her name and then it said like age 9 and she would mark it out and did 10. But 16 and 23 were not there. So I think those are going to be significant.
Okay. Yeah, and there's a GIF set about something about a year. I'll find it on Tumblr and you can link to it because it's a theory thing. And there was an envelope in there, and it had capital letters like
on the back of it, like on the flap.
And it either says Delsa or Oelsa. I'm not sure how you say that. Delsa, we don't know what that is. It might be a company that prints envelopes or stationery or something. But Oelsa, or however you pronounce that, is somewhere in Switzerland.
Yes.
Thank you, Google.
We've watched the episode almost 3 full times now, and first time we watched and nobody said anything. Second time we would pause and say, "Okay, did you see this? What did you think? What did it?" The third time we like fast forwarded it to spots and like we're like image by image, like pausing it and going, "Okay, wait, what does that say? Hold on, wait, rewind it."
Okay, and there was also a maple leaf in the book, and at the end of the episode when the doctor asked Clara what it was, she said it was not a leaf, it was page 1, and on our second watch of the episode we noticed that there was a maple tree in the neighborhood where the doctor and Clara were, and we also linked it to the prequel because it was around autumn time
when she first met the doctor.
Yes, and
she didn't know
there were different kinds of trees around there.
Yeah, so we're wondering if that's the connection there, because he didn't know it was her, and I don't know if she knows it was him, but that could have been chapter...
Knows that she knows that we don't know.
That could be page 1 in her journey with the doctor.
Okay, I was going to say something, but I forgot. Maybe I'll remember it. And the doctor invented the quadricycle.
I wish they had showed it to us.
It's like, show us what a four-wheeled bicycle looks like.
That would be so much fun.
Okay, and then at the scene...
Oh, we forgot to put in about the anti-grav Olympics.
The anti-grav Olympics. Oh, which was also referenced in the series 2 episode, Tooth and Claw.
Really?
Yes, the doctor says he could take Rose to the anti-grav Olympics of, I forget what year. I think it was 2070 something, but I'm not sure.
And I think the reference in this one was 2076, so it could be the same one.
And...
Okay, go ahead with this thing.
Yes, when they're on the... I guess it's a rooftop cafe? Sort of rooftop cafe? I don't know. She says, Clara Oswald for the win. Oz win!
So there's where her middle name came from.
And I also remember what I was going to talk about. Okay, Clara got all this computer knowledge in her head because of the first time she was downloaded.
Partly downloaded. They didn't.
Partially downloaded.
They didn't complete it.
And in Asylum of the Daleks, the doctor's just like, how do you know all this stuff? How can you hack the Daleks' technology? And Oswald's just like, long story. And the reason I noticed it because the official Doctor Who Tumblr reblogged it.
So I have this theory about maybe we're living her life in reverse.
It could be bunnies.
No, it's not bunnies. I have this theory that we're living... Buffy reference, if you didn't catch that. I have this theory that we're living her life in reverse. Like, Asylum of the Daleks was the last part of her life, and Christmas was previous to that. But then that throws in a kink in the plan, somebody said when I posted it in our group, about the prequel, because that was her as a child. But if we don't take that as canon, if we take that as a step outside and go next to... And like that being like a flashback versus it being in the timeline, then we could be living her life in reverse.
I don't think it's technically in reverse. I think it's sort of like mixed in.
Maybe like how River lives.
Yes, sort of. And, okay, spoilers for 50th anniversary. Okay, as most of you probably already know, David Tennant and Billie Piper are confirmed for the 50th.
Yay!
And them, David Tennant and Billie Piper... And I think Matt Smith and Jenna Louise Coleman were spotted filming the 50th. And David is wearing his pinstripe suit.
And then there was that other lady.
Her name is Joanna Page, I think.
Yeah, I looked it up.
We don't know
what she's playing.
Who she's playing. What she's playing. She might be an alien.
And then we saw that alien that's coming back from Classic.
Zygons.
Yeah, the Zygons will be back in 50th episode.
That makes me want to go watch the fourth Doctor story, Terror of the Zygons.
Maybe we'll have to do that.
I think that's what it's called. I just want to watch lots of classic Who now because it's getting closer and closer. The 50th. Yep.
All right. So do we have anything else on there?
No. Well,
what'd you do?
I hit the down button.
Hold on.
That's all we have. We just have 3 YouTube videos, which we will link to in the show notes.
Yes, for this next episode, which is episode 7.8.
Or 7.7 if you don't count the Christmas episode.
Or Or the Series 7, Part 2, Episode 2.
The Rings of Akhaten. I think that's how you say it.
Akhaten, and that'll be on Saturday.
And I'm assuming that the next time thing is the same for everything in the last part of the preview. The Doctor Regeneration Energy, huh?
Yeah. So, we'll put links in the show notes to the preview, the trailer, and Matt and Jenna introducing the episode. Doctor Who!
We love it. It rocked.
Okay. That's all of our TV. So I think we're ready for the next part of the episode. All right, we need to close things up with the March hat knit along. We had 3 more people finish hats and share their photos. We had Lovable You Victoria, who is Victoria, who did a roof slip hat. Java Jenny, who is Jenny, who did the Little Boy Blue hat, and Ange is Hip, who is Andrea, who did the For Good hat. So that means we had 21 finished hats, plus my 6, which didn't count for prizes. So that means we did 27 hats last month. That is amazing. This is our first knit-along, and we did 27 hats. Oh my gosh. Y'all are amazing. So we're going to do 2 prizes.
Because we just love you that much.
Yes. So I'm doing the random number generator, and I put in 2 through 22 because I was post number 1. Oh, look, it's like making me all lighted up. So you want to hit the generate button for number 1? Number 16.
Let's show you as proof. Number 16.
Who is... Small Town Jen, who did the avocado with a twist hat. Small Town Jen, congratulations. I'll send you a Ravelry message. Show her what book she's getting, what pattern book, the first one. You are getting
Sock Yarn One Skein Wonders 101 Patterns.
Plus some other goodies that we'll throw in.
Goodies.
Alright, so now we need to generate another one. So hit it again. 3. Number 3 is Beagle Mom Knitter. Yay! Beagle Mom Knitter, who did the... Oh, I clicked the wrong thing. This is Angela, and she did the Cool House. It's a Jared Flood pattern. So congratulations, Beagle Mom Knitter. You will be getting
Rowan Just Baby.
19 designs for baby, plus some other little goodies that we will throw in. So congratulations to Beagle Mom Knitter and to Small Town Jen. I will send you a Ravelry private message in just a little while. All right. So that's it for this part. Let's go to the next segment. All right, and now let's talk briefly about our new knit-along for April. This is the April UFO knit-along.
Wow, that's amazing.
So this started on April the 1st and runs through the end of the month through April 30th. The only requirement is that the project had to have been started by midnight on March 31st. So some people even cast it on that day, which was fine. We totally said that was fair. So your project had to have been started by March 31st, and then you have to complete it by April 30th. And everybody who finishes a project, you get one entry for each finished project. So we already have one project finished, and that is Artie Knits. Her name's Artie. I think it's her. I apologize if you're not a her.
Sorry, we just naturally assume people are hers.
I'm sorry. Maybe I feel like I should look now, because I don't want to be wrong. Because then I would feel really awful. Artie Knits. Yes, her. Okay. Artie Knits finished her graphic infection shawl, and it is awesome. It looks amazing. If you haven't looked at it yet, it's on the finished thread. So, way to go.
That was my slow clap for you.
You're awesome. So, objects that have been started by March 31st, finish them this month. Post a picture of them in the thread on Ravelry, or if you're not on Ravelry, let me know. Send me a message, email, and we will get you entered, because we know that there are a few people that watch that are not on Ravelry. Alright, so work on those UFOs. I'm going to finish my blanket this month. Alright, that bring yeah. We're trying to close at the end of this podcast because we realized it went a little bit long because we were so excited about Doctor Who. Okay, we want to talk about that we have discussed some on the Ravelry boards about on the Ravelry board about having a Geeky Girls Knit VKN, which is a virtual knit night, which you do through Google Hangouts and use your webcam and such. I started a thread on our group. It's called In Which We Have a GGK VKN, and there are polls in it, and quite a few people have voted already, but I forgot to mention it last week because I was going to try to pull things together and pick a date and everything, but I forgot to mention it last week in the podcast. So we will keep it open one more week right before the podcast next week, so we can decide on when would be best to do one and pick a date and a time. So if you're interested in a Geeky Girls Knit VKN, go to the Ravelry board and vote in the polls so that we can find a time and date that works for some people. We want to give 2 thank yous to, first, Chris and Katie of the Nerd Girl Knits podcast.
Nerd with a K.
Yeah, Knerd, Girl Knits. They gave us a shout out in their most recent episode, and it totally cracked me up because they said, I can't remember if they said they're the older version of us or we're the younger version of them, because it's also a mother-daughter podcast, but the daughter is in college. So, it's a really nice podcast. I enjoy watching that. So check them out, and thank you for the shout out. We'd also like to say thank you to Sadie, of the Yarnivore podcast, for the shout out in her most recent episode, and she really spoke the truth because we are very geeky and we freely admit that, and we are okay with that. But thank you, Sadie, for the shout out and for pointing people our direction. We've gotten some new viewers because of that, so we say thank you to Sadie.
My hair has gotten steadily worse over the course of this podcast.
It's all right.
Which is bad because I need to go take pictures of my Sherlock scarf.
It'll be okay.
And it's cold outside.
The weather is changing and going crazy again. All right, I think we're ready to wrap things up. Do you want to tell them about where to find us online?
Everywhere. You can go to Geeky Girls Knit, which is spelled like it sounds.
GeekyGirlsKnit.
.blogspot.com, and there we have a list of every place you can find us online. And I'm not going to list them all because it would take up more of your time than we have already spent.
Some of it is in the credits at the end of the podcast, but all of it's on the website, which also has show notes and such.
Okay.
And that's it. Go find
it.
us. Come talk to us on Ravelry. We love you.
Yeah.
Thank you again so much for all of your love for my new pattern. Y'all rock, and I'm so thankful for you. That's it for episode 32. I don't know. We'll see you next week. Happy knitting.